Welcome to Heal into Happy. I invite you to take an adventure with me into your very own universe as I guide you to go within, release your fears, and become empowered to create a life you love. I am your host, Lark Allen. My intention is to help you shine a light on everything that is keeping you from being truly free. You can expect this healing journey to be filled with love, laughter, clarity, and fun. Are you ready to take a leap of faith? Let's go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so excited to welcome all of you back to Season 2 of Heal into Happy, where we are exploring the 3 amazing questions that Martin Root shared at the beginning of the season. It has been such an exploration already. I hope you're enjoying everybody that I've had on. I know that I could not be more excited to be exploring these questions, and I am super excited to have one of my besties, Kristi Dear, on today. I am going to link in the show notes a podcast that I did with her on the Mindset Chick. We always have so much fun together. She is such an angel on earth, and she is really one of the huge reasons why this podcast is even around, because of the financial freedom and all of the things that I have gained from doing our Monet business together. So we're going to explore that. But first, let me introduce her. Kristi Dear is a mindset success coach, network marketing professional, author, and speaker. She works to support her team and clients to step into their own spotlight, build their successful and fulfilling businesses so they can create an abundant, freedom-based lifestyle. She has been married for 22 years and has 3 kiddos, ages 21, 20, and 14. When she's not running her biz, you can catch her working out with her hubby, bike riding, going on long walks, or lifting weights. Kristi's motto is, God doesn't play favorites. So if you see someone with the success that you desire, get excited, get really excited, because that's just God's way of showing you what is possible. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited.
Yay. Hi, friend. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for having me. And that was just such a beautiful intro. I'm just so grateful and thankful to be here and call you one of my besties too.
We always have so much fun together. And I was so inspired by the podcast that you created. And now we're on mine. It feels like a full circle, infinite loop of being of service. That's really both of our passion, is being able to help other people heal into happiness and realize how abundant they already are, and that God is already offering so much abundance. And it's like about receiving. And yeah, I'm excited to hear what you think about these 3 questions.
Yes. Well, I'm excited to share my answers for sure.
All right, let's start. Number 1, tell me a time that you have experienced heaven on earth.
I love this question. And I'm thinking about this because when you say a time, I feel like there has been, more than one times that I've experienced heaven on earth. But I would have to say that each time one of my children was born, bringing them into this world and being such a young mom, it changed everything for me. I didn't realize that I could love something so much. And then when my second child was born and my third child, it was like, oh my goodness, my love is expanding. And I'm able to love how could I love anymore, right? And just seeing them being born and just being able to be a mom. And it just felt like a little heaven on earth. And their birth just encouraged me to want to be a better person, to create more heaven on earth, to create a more loving world for these beautiful beings. And just to through that, like I went on my own healing journey and transformation journey after my first daughter was born. That's when I really started to inquire about our minds and our thoughts and what we focus on and the reality that we create by what we put out in the world. And so I think just them being born and then me being able to want to create more heaven on earth and working on myself and working on my own journey is just allowed me to experience those moments of heaven on earth and continue to.
Yeah, you're such an amazing mommy. And that's what we have in common, of course. That was exactly my answer when Martin asked me. It was Stella being born and put on my chest. It is so life altering, and it's a catalyst to like, oh my gosh, we're so powerful. Like we literally just created a human.
Right, right.
It just really helps you expand your comfort zone of what's possible going through an experience like that. And you are so amazing to all of your kids. And I love how dynamic and interesting and cool each one of them are.
Thank you, friend. That's so sweet. I appreciate that. And right back at you. You're an amazing mom too.
Thank you. That just reminded me, oh my gosh, I've got to have Brittany on here. I'd love to hear her take on all of this. And I would love to hear about her and how she's a writer and all of that. So that just inspired me.
Yeah. So Brittany is my oldest daughter. She's 21, a senior in college, and she's already authored 3 books. I'm still working on my first one. Okay. So she's definitely inspiring me.
Yes, she's so amazing. She is so sweet. Okay. Question number 2. Here's a magic wand, and with this magic wand, you can create heaven on earth. What is heaven on earth for you?
I love this question. And I think really thinking about this heaven on earth is bringing more peace, joy to the world, just, supporting people to know that there's an infinite amount of abundance, love, and joy, peace for everyone. And I think, how would you do that? Well, I guess taking a magic wand and sprinkling like magic dust, like love everywhere, just, really helping people to drown out more fear. We can get sucked into the story of fear-based thoughts. And then, when you have one thought, it's easy for another thought to attach to that and another thought and another thought. And the momentum can go like a moving freight train and it's hard to stop. So it's like, if we could create more love on earth, if we had a, magic wand and we could just sprinkle love everywhere we go. And I think that, what I've learned is you can either have love or fear. So if you have more love, if you have more love in your heart, if you have more love for yourself, if you have more love for others, if you're leading with love before you answer a question or before you engage in a conversation, if you're saying like, okay, how can I lead with love in this? How can I show up every day with more love? Then the world is going to be more loving and you're going to see more love. And there's not going to be as much room for fear and doubt and worry, which causes anger and resentment and jealousy and things that can tear our world apart and tear relationships apart and keep people feeling like they're separate from each other. And love would unite us.
Yes, I love that so much. Yes, I feel like just pivoting away from fear because there's so much fear that is being offered to us on a platter daily and just saying, no, thank you. Just like, we turn away from like a fast food that we know isn't good for us, understanding that fear is not good for us and pivoting back towards love. That is definitely a daily prayer that I have for all of humanity. And I'm just so excited that we're letting this go up into the organic collective consciousness right now. And for all of our listeners to get to hear this beautiful reminder to pivot away from fear every time that it comes knocking on your door and just feel into how loved that we are.
Yes, I love that. Love that. And, I read something today that I thought was interesting that I could share that she talked about doing like pattern interruptions with her thoughts. And so how to do that is if you do have a fear-based story or a fear-based thought come up, like, what if this doesn't work? Or how could you do that? Or are you really good enough? Or doubting yourself or feeling, jealousy or anything like that. You can do like a pattern interrupt where you think one thought, but then it's basically creating a new habit. Like you think another one. So you could put in there, like, I choose love over fear, or, I'm deciding right now to choose love in this situation. And so you could have a mantra you come up with. And so that every time you feel that, you go to the love mantra, And so you do a pattern interrupt. And I thought that was, she had it on, money mindset, but I thought, in this situation, you could do that with love.
Absolutely. So we could create a mantra. Thank you for the awareness. And I am choosing to look at everything through a lens of love. Just, having that be our reminder. And I have been saying for around the last year, when something comes up, thank you for the awareness, and not labeling something good or bad, but just remembering, okay, I have a choice right now, which way I'm going to go with this. I love that. Definitely more love being anchored onto our earth plane is what we are all needing. So,
no, and I love what you said, that not labeling things good or bad. I really like that you said that, because I think we can get in the habit. And for so long, I have done that where, you have a fear-based, or you have, anger or jealousy come up and you think, oh, well, I'm trying to be a better person. I'm a good person. I shouldn't have these thoughts. But becoming aware, like you said, acknowledging them and just talking to yourself, like, why are these coming up? Feeling it, moving through it, clearing things, but letting yourself feel. And you've taught me a lot of that too. And I think it's just so good to do, like, instead of suppress, right? Just look at that awareness, but you can choose again, that you could choose again or do a pattern interrupt. But then you get in the habit of, oh, I'm having these thoughts, I'm feeling them, I'm working through them, but I don't have to stay in that mantra, a fear story. I can choose a love mantra.
mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. And I think this is exactly what, both of us are so passionate about sharing. It all ends up being, we didn't realize it at the time. We are co-creating heaven on earth by helping everyone examine all of this and then just authentically sharing. We've all been through it. We all are going through it. It's just a moment by moment commitment to focus on love, focus on the positive, focus on appreciation, focus on gratitude. And so many amazing things have shifted in our lives because we've chosen to do it, but it's a practice, and it's not like just a every 30 minutes a day practice. It is a daily moment to moment practice that we have been holding each other accountable for over the last 5 years. And I'm so grateful to have you as that accountability buddy.
Yes. And you as well.
All right. Question number 3. What simple, easy, concrete step will you take in the next 24 hours to make heaven on earth real?
This is a good one. And I think so many times we could look outside of ourselves, look at the world and say, well, if that person would be more loving, or if that person would think like me, or if that person would choose differently, we're looking at the outside world. Well, if they would do this, then I would feel better and the world would be a better place. But what I've learned is that change comes with you, right? So you want to see the change in the world, it starts with you. So I think for me, wanting to create more heaven on earth, it starts with me. It starts with continuing to heal for me, continuing to release things that don't serve me, continuing to have love for myself and be more loving, in a sense, and lead with more love. And that change can start with me. So going into a store and just giving somebody a smile or giving somebody a compliment when you're thinking, oh, they look pretty or they have a cute outfit, just go say it, right? Oh, I love your hair, or oh, I love your outfit, or your sunglasses are so cute. Even if you don't know them, but spreading love, spreading cheer, it starts with you. Don't wait for anybody else to change or the world to change or things that you listen to change. Just start with you. Be more loving, be more kind, and that can change the world.
Absolutely. Everything that is outside of us is a reflection of what's going on within us. And that is such a powerful aha. And that's pretty much what you're sharing. The more that we heal ourselves, the more that we love ourselves, the more that we're committed to our own journey and being a good listener, focusing on our inner cheerleader, the more that things will shift. And it's all about vibration too. So as we're raising our vibration, we become unavailable to things that are less than heaven on earth, right?
Yeah. That's so, so true. Very, very good point. And I love that. And that's such a good reminder as our vibration raises, we will be unavailable for more things that we don't necessarily want into our lives. And we're going to see more good. And therefore, we are going to be more joyful. We are going to be, happier and more loving and all that stuff. So I love it.
We're being of service too, because we're anchoring in Christ consciousness by doing that, which is ultimately what the whole heaven on earth is. I feel like as humans, we're feeling into our superpower of the fact that God made us and made this beautiful Sophia-Gaia that we're on to enjoy and to appreciate and to co-create together. And so I'm so excited that we got to explore these questions together. And I love you so much.
I love you too. And yes, I loved your questions. And I really enjoyed just thinking about creating heaven on earth and what would I do with a magic wand and all that stuff. So I love the questions. And I love that you're doing this series. It is so, so beautiful. And I feel like just even being aware that that's possible. I think that so many people may not even know that you can create heaven on earth. They're just expecting things to go wrong. They're expecting, well, this is just life and, bad things happen a lot and I just have to get used to it. But really just even being aware is a first step. Like, wow, I really could create heaven on earth. I really could create a life that I enjoy waking up to. Wow, I could really step into a world where more things are going right for me than wrong. I can step into a life where I'm more joyful and I'm more loving. And then people are being more loving and kind towards me. This is really possible.
It is so possible. And I feel like we have explored that over the last 5 years. And I'm excited to explore it more and more and more. And yeah, this podcast is made possible by what we've created together and all of the other things that I've been able to explore over these last 5 years that have shifted everything is all because of what we decided to do. So thank you for asking me to join Monet.
Oh, well, you are welcome. And I'm glad I did because, as you know, I was extremely nervous to even ask you, but I'm glad I did. Stepped out of that comfort zone, and you said yes. And it was
Yes, it's been so amazing. And I look forward to all of the new people that are joining us and all of the people on our team. We all love them and adore them so much. And yeah, we should maybe do a whole other podcast about our experience about that because it's a whole podcast in itself.
Yes, it is. I would love to. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Right. Well, thank you so much for coming on, and we're anchoring in more heaven on earth just by exploring these questions. And I want to continue to invite all of my listeners to feel into these questions more and more and more. And please leave in the comment what you are anchoring in. I would love to hear and celebrate what you're co-creating as we are all anchoring in more heaven on earth onto our earth plane. Until we meet again, thank you so much, Kristi.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. I enjoyed it.
Thank you for joining me today on Heal into Happy. My prayer is that you have gained more insight into your healing journey and that you are one step closer to loving yourself more fully in this now moment. And if you could do me a favor, please leave me a 5-star review over on iTunes. My passion is empowering others on their healing journey. And with your review, you may help others struggling to heal find this message. Be sure to visit me at healintohappy.com for past episodes and more ways to connect with me. Also, please always remember that I am offering you so much love and light as I celebrate the divine sovereign being that I see in you.